Hi there, Claudette Chenevert, Stepmom Coach, and welcome to my 30-day gratitude and success challenge. Today is day 16, and it's day 16. So, what are you grateful for today? What happened in your day that made it you had at least one thing to be grateful for? Today was a really good day for me. And it was interesting because I was sitting with my husband and we were watching something, and it made me think that, not everybody is experiencing this pandemic in the same way. Some of us, like myself, are finding it relatively okay to deal with and manage. Mind you, I don't know about you, but whoever says they have more time on their hands, I don't get it. I am cooking a lot more. Not that I wasn't cooking before, but it feels like there's more preparation to be doing. Maybe because I just feel like cooking more. For example, I did some grocery shopping for us. It took me 3 hours online. One, because one of the places where I was, sorry, my ears are itchy. Someone's talking about me and it's itchy. So it took me 3 hours to do online shopping. Every time I would be shopping for something, and this is for fruit, fresh fruits and vegetables for curb pickup, I would be like, by the time I'd get to the end of the cart or close to the end, the food was gone. Like, there wasn't any left over. And so I was trying to look for substitutes and something else. And the other place where I was it wasn't refreshing fast enough. So I had to wait and wait and wait. And so, if you've been shopping online, maybe you've been through some of those frustrations. And, it's easy to think, well, this isn't working. This is no fun. I would have said other words, but anyways, I'm not going to say it here. And then I'm thinking, but then I have the opportunity to be able to do online shopping, to not have to go into a store and to be with people and be close to people. Mind you, I still had to go into a store and get some of the things that I was needed. They didn't provide frozen food or meat that I needed a little bit just to top off what I had been using. And so the good thing was that people kept their distance mostly. And my husband and I had our masks that I made, the handmade ones. And I will say most people kept their distance, and probably, I would say maybe only 15% of the people did not have masks, which is a big contrast to a week and a half ago. Mind you, I think it's also where you live. It's also dependent on what you're experiencing, so everybody's different, and that's okay. And so that made me think that when we're thinking of gratitude and what we're grateful for, it really depends on where you are in your life at this moment. And so for some, it's easier than others. And for others, they have a lot more worries. If you're someone who's thinking, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to get food on the table? How am I going to pay my bills? Yeah, I'm sure it could be very, very hard to feel any kind of gratitude whatsoever. And so I'm not in your shoes. So if that's you, I've been there before. It's not it's not foreign to me. But in this moment, that's not where I am. And so I can understand that you would feel extremely difficult. Hi, Tammy. And so the same with when you're with people. There was someone on Facebook who asked, how are you enjoying being with the people in your home, your family? Are you enjoying it? And the truth is, not everybody enjoys being locked up in a home with their significant other or their kids or stepkids. Some people really like their own space, and I get that. We're lucky. My husband and I each have our own space. And when I need a break, I close the door and I'm in my little woman cave. You know, he has his man cave, I have my woman cave. And it's my office. And so, again, right, what I feel that is happening and with this coronavirus going on, I think we're learning to adapt to what is happening to us. And I think it relates very well to being grateful. Being grateful helps us to adapt to what's going on and maybe focusing on, even if it's small things, focusing on, what could make us smile. Or if you want to look at it from a different perspective, look at it from the perspective it could be worse. And so, again, I get that everybody is not the same. We're all on our journey, on a different journey, even though we're together in this pandemic. We all have our ways of dealing with it. And so, the other thing I wanted to share is that the other thing I'm very grateful for is the ability to be able, or the time, which is relative, to have a hobby. Tonight I was able to go for an hour or so and paint. I love watercolor. And during the time I'm doing a hobby, and I noticed this in past moments in my life, when I quit smoking, when I was single, when I was going some very difficult times, a hobby helped me to focus on something other than what was going on in my life. It helped me to zone into something that was enjoyable, something that brought happiness and joy for me, and also created some sort of accomplishment. And so if you don't have a hobby or something that pulls your interest into something, that could be something really good to look into. And we're so lucky today that we have YouTube and the internet and all these things that can teach you and show you different things. Now, I've watched classes on YouTube to learn how to do watercolor, and it's a great start, right? These how-tos and stuff like this that you learn on your own, they're a great way to start. And sometimes it's nice to pay or hire someone to help you to deepen that learning. So I've done that. I've enjoyed learning from some of my mentors, people that I've loved their work and I appreciated what they did. And so spending a little bit of money and having them help me learn even more gave me a deeper appreciation and love for the hobby that I love doing. So hopefully you have a hobby, something that keeps you fulfilled, brings you joy and happiness, and that can, you know, blossom into something else. We never know what a hobby can bring you. The other thing that I'm grateful for is, you know, we always meet people. Well, I believe we meet people who help us in learning even more, either about ourselves, about what we're doing, or work. So I had the privilege and honor today of talking with Ron Deal, who is the author of The Stepfamily, and also the podcast of Family Life Blended. And although I had heard a lot about Ron, I only heard great things about Ron Deal, from colleagues and people that I know. I had never had the opportunity to speak with him, and so today I did, and I was humbled and appreciative of the learning experience that I had. So the interview was for an article I'm doing for Stepmom magazine, and it was a really great interview. You know, I've been a stepmom for 30 years. I've been doing this work for many years, and I'm always learning, right? And I think that when we open our minds and our spirit to learn, there's always some good that comes in. Hi, Marianne. And so it's always good to have an open mind and give yourself some space to learn something new. And that in itself, just the openness of learning something new could, you know, bring you some additional joy and even if it's not joy, maybe peace and appreciation and a better quality of life. Sometimes we have a feeling like, nah, this isn't good. But one of the things I do know is that, you know, there's always a message, and this is my philosophy. There's always a message out there for you when you're open and ready to hear it. So hopefully at some point, something I'm sharing with you will resonate and you'll say, I needed to hear this. And again, as I was mentioning earlier, I do realize that not everybody is going through the same experience with the coronavirus as I am. And so hopefully you can find the help and support you need if you're looking for that, if you need that, and inspiration and comfort. And for me, writing my gratitude every night is one of the reasons, is one of the things that brings me joy and comfort. And that at the end of the day, I can feel like, yep, this has been a good day. I'm glad for my day. Oh, and as I'm thinking, the other thing that I'm very grateful, you know, when you have, you're waiting for an answer from someone, and you're afraid that the results or the comments are not going to be good, because even though you're talking to yourself and thinking, no, it's not going to be that bad, it'll be fine, there's always that little hint of worry. So not too long ago, I had some tests done, and, you know, I thought, I'm not going to worry. But there's always that little nudge that says, what if it's more serious, right? So today I had a follow-up, and everything is great, everything is good. There's just some minor things that may have to do with, you know, the glands around here, around my ears, or in this area, but nothing major. So it was like a sense of release. I was very grateful for that news. I'm sure that anybody who's had to have tests and then waiting for results would understand how that feels. So, successes I want to celebrate and honor today. Well, again, I did a great interview. I enjoyed that interview. That was a really good interview. I learned a lot. That was good. And I made pizza. I made pizza tonight with my sourdough. So if you've listened to some of my previous episodes, I talk about making sourdough and experimenting and playing with it. So I made some awesome pizza with my sourdough. So that was good. So that was really a really good success. So if you don't know by now, I love cooking and baking. That's one of my hobbies. And that is the one thing that helps to calm me down. Now I know not everybody enjoys that, but for me it is. It's one of my favorite things to do. Especially if I don't have to follow a recipe, I just throw some stuff together and then we'll figure out what it'll taste like. So that's how I sometimes cook. Not always, but often. And and then my third success that I want to honor and celebrate tonight is I painted. I painted some cards and to give to some people that I know that are deserving. So this is how my day went. And so the other thing I want to mention is I also created a 30-day gratitude and success challenge for you. And you can join and participate by going to stepmomcoach.com/30-day gratitude 2020. And so in that platform, it's off Facebook, it's not a social media, it's a teaching platform. You'll get an email each day with the video that I did for that day. Now, I may be referring to whether it's a weekend or the date of the month. So just ignore that. That's okay. But in these messages, I share ideas of gratitude and successes. And each day, in the forum, in the course platform, I'll give you a few prompts of things to be grateful for, to give you examples and things to define success. And there is a bonus when you go in. There's a few bonuses, but at this moment, there's one that's there, which is a gratitude coloring journal. And it's a beautiful journal. There's lots of things to color and being creative, and to write your gratitudes and your success in there. And so I do hope you take advantage of it and download it and use it in whatever way you feel like. And then along the way, I have a few more bonuses that I want to add. Just need to contact a few people that I'd love to participate and that have shared in the past. So let me know what you are grateful for today and what are some of your successes. You can either comment in the comment box below, or if you go on the forum, in the teaching forum, you'll be able to participate and share there as well. And it's free. I'm just giving this away as part of something to enjoy and to feel to experience the feeling of daily gratitude and daily successes. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care and good night. Bye.